Rana Nawas left the corporate world nearly 2 years ago to make a podcast, and she did more than okay. It's now one of the most popular in the Arab world.
I created When Women Win to solve two problems. One is to highlight ordinary women doing extraordinary things and tell their stories. And the other, which was really the driver, is to give women all over the world access to role models.
According to Apple, When Women Win is the most listened to podcast in the Middle East. It's available to download in 144 countries, even in ultra-conservative Saudi Arabia.
When it comes to Saudi Arabia, I think it's no different than other markets, which is we love stories. So the women there want to hear more about what other women are doing and want the successes, they want the failures, they want to learn, they're hungry for experiences.
Nawaz is not the only podcaster that's having success with niche English language podcasts. Sudanese-born Omar Tom and friends created a podcast in 2016 that touches on topics they feel are neglected in traditional media. The Dukhan Show focuses on life in the Gulf for members of its huge expatriate population.
I wanted to fight a couple of stereotypes. One was that the Sudanese stereotype when I first started, which is the lack of Sudanese representation in media. And if there is a representation, it doesn't always speak for the diaspora or for the third culture kids.
In the show, the hosts chat to guests as if sitting in a dukhan, or corner store, where it's common culture in the Arab world to socialise with friends and neighbours. Reem Hamid, a Canadian who takes part in the Dukhan Show, says young Arab people now prefer podcasts over traditional radio programmes.
I believe that podcasting as a format is here to stay, and in the Arab world more than anything, because we have in the Arab world an amazing tradition of radio. If you think about how deep radio and its history falls into the Arab world, podcasting is a natural digital extension of that.
So, what's your favourite podcast?